I mentioned in my last video that I really love Mickey and Minnie. When most people ask other people about their favorite Disney characters, they might say a princess, they might say Tinkerbell, they might say, well, there's just hundreds to choose from. But for me, what has remained consistent is my love for the Fabulous Five, or the Sensational Six, as they've been called. And that means Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Daisy Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. To me, these are timeless characters. And it's corny and dorky, but I don't care because to me they are real people. They are the everyman, the everywoman, people we see down the street, people we see in ourselves. There are people with short tempers, there are prissy people, there are overly feminine people who are fantastic, there are clumsy but well-meaning goofs, and these are lovable people. And the great thing about these characters, across the ages, they can be in any world, in any situation, and they will adapt and it will make sense. They can be working on a steamboat, they can be musketeers, they can be in any story, any genre, and they can make it work. And that's why I love them so much. They're so flexible, while at the same time retaining that same reality to them. It's kind of why I was so upset in my Kingdom Hearts review, because to me, they don't have to be baby characters. They don't have to just only be available for toddlers and little children. These characters in these situations are technically adults. They have jobs, they drive cars, they have adult situations, they worry about money and romance and all kinds of adult things. So why can't other adults see that? Why can't we relate to them? So it's been kind of disappointing to me to be their fan for so long and only see like the boutique show, the clubhouse show. I mean, I get it, it's marketable, but then something marvelous happened. I don't know how many of you have seen the new Mickey Mouse shorts. At the time of making this video, there was only one released, where they're in France, and that instilled so much hope for me that this is the kind of thing that every age can enjoy. It's even in another language entirely, and those who don't speak a word of French can still find it amazingly funny and relatable. It was a fantastic cartoon. Animated, voiced, music. I don't know, that's not a word. You get the idea. I mean, it was a fun, happy cartoon, and it proved once again you can put them anywhere and they'll make it work. They're that amazing. And it's given me really high expectations for the next cartoons. And hopefully, it's showing people the wonderful quality of these characters and why they are the mascots of Disney. Why everyone wants to see them when they come to the parks. Why they exist. And why they will continue to exist. They've been here for decades. They've existed in comic books, in musicals, and everything. And they're wonderful, and they're kind, and they're the everyman, like I said. They're the people we can aspire to be to. And my personal, well, before I get to my personal favorite out of the six, I want to quickly address Daisy Duck. Over the years, she has experienced the most change, and I don't mean just physically, like I mentioned in my first video with her hair. She has gotten a lot of different personality tweaks. At one point, she sounded the same as Donald. At one point, she was mellow and cool. Her personality seems to change a lot. And I think I'm okay with that. Slowly we are getting somewhere. We are solid with her. But I think it's been a long journey for her to earn that. Because let's face it, when she was originally created, she was merely female Donald, someone to bounce off of. So it's taken years and years of different tries, see what makes her work, what makes her an independent character. And now she's arrived at it. And I'm happy for that. I think the way she is now, this like pretty selfish, shopaholic, it's funny. I think she's real. I like her. I like her a lot. And she's a perfect match for Donald. Even with her own temper. Especially with her own temper. So with that out of the way, my favorite out of the 6 is not Daisy. It's Minnie. And I can already hear arguments that she hasn't changed. But for me, I think she has. There was a long time, I think, when she went unappreciated. You can especially see that in the comic books. A lot in the comic books, honestly. Yeah, for decades. She was reduced to not just being a damsel in distress, but damsel who got in the way. And that really, reading those broke my heart, because when I came upon those comics, I was thinking, yay, Adventures with Minnie and Mickey. And instead, it was just Adventures with Mickey. As soon as we get Minnie out of the way, as soon as she stops being an obstacle. But that's not who Minnie is. Minnie is his girlfriend for a reason, and not just good looks. Minnie is her own independent character. She can get angry. She can dream and hope and aspire, and she has her own crazy quirks too. If you look at the comics again, well, the good ones, she really likes adopting animals you really should adopt, like crocodiles and alligators. And she can be brave. She can be witty. She wants to help Mickey. She also wants to keep him safe, and is that so wrong when he gets in so many dangerous situations? I don't think she's ever just been a clone of Mickey, as Daisy was of Donald originally. She's been a singer. She's been a daughter. She's been a fantastic, adorable character who I have always loved. And there's really nothing wrong with how she's presented it, honestly. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be girly. There's nothing wrong with liking pink and being and being what some people define as feminine. If that's your choice, then why not accept it? Why not be happy with it? She is. She likes to shop. She likes to dress up. She likes to think of clothes and romance. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I like her for her honesty. I like her because she's adorable. I like her because she can be feisty and she can put up on her own fight. And she'll do anything to be with her man. And I like her so much for that. I have a small collection of dolls and plushes, and good portion of them are Mickey. Mostly they're Minnie. I love her so much. And I don't want to feel ashamed of that. I hope in more cartoons that she'll be independent, but I won't press it, because in the French-based cartoon, she was still adorable. She still loved Mickey. And I'm okay with her being saved every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. If you need help, you need help. And if someone cares for you enough to help you, why not accept that? Sure, it doesn't have to be that way all the time, but every once in a while, it isn't that bad. You shouldn't feel ashamed for enjoying old tropes every now and then. Because they used to work for a reason. I guess maybe I'm being a little nostalgic. But I have high hopes for her, and I will always continue to love her, and she will always be my favorite. And if I ever get the chance to go to Disney World again, I want to see her again. I want to hold her again. I want to tell her how much I love her. And I hope that everyone who dons the Minnie persona in those parks understands what an impact she's had on me and why I love her.